misfortune. Let's hope this talented young man can turn it around and keep it turned around from a health standpoint.
Irving kicks to Pekovic. Puts up the baby hook. No luck. And Detroit the other way now.
I tell you what, the defense should send Christmas cards for that miss.
Leonard dishes to Green. From 20 feet out. A rebound by the Timberwolves.
It's not winning basketball when you're attempting shots like that.
Yeah, come on now. You got to remember it's a team game. He's got 4 teammates out there with him. I don't think he needs to try to do it all by himself like that.
Now here's Irving. Following the miss by Avery Bradley. And the rejection by Leonard. And here's Green outside. Oh, he got hacked on the three-pointer. He'll head to the line. That one on George.
And Detroit with a 32-50 record last season. They didn't have any help from the schedule. They had a total of 22 back-to-back series on the year, tied for most in the league.
Greg, as you just said, the Pistons had a ton of back-to-back games. 44 were part of their back-to-backs, over half their schedule. Clark, they went 15-29 in those games.
And that's part of the reason why the NBA wanted to examine the schedule. I mean, it was a tough year for the Pistons. It's hard to get any momentum when you're playing that many back-to-backs.
Again, Irving missing.
Well, I think the defense got lucky right there. I mean, he's going to make a lot more of those than he misses when he's got that much room.
A shot by Holiday. Nobody around. That's good, and it's Leonard with the assist. They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Sure could, Kev. I mean, too many empty trips. They need some points.
And that one's good. Pekovic. Detroit leading by 6. Outside Holiday. Fareed setting the pick for Holiday. Screen by Fareed. 6 to shoot. From deep, Green. The Timberwolves shoot in a lowly 30% to start this game out of bounds. Detroit takes possession. Here's Holiday. Screen by Fareed. Outside Holiday. Green, the pass to Leonard. The jump hook. That's basket number 2 with his 3rd shot off to a fast 2 for 3.
Really well done there. Just confident and composed, never in a hurry.
Now here's West. Right side George.
Forget about going for the long-range bomb to cut into that lead. Just take it to the hoop, my friend. Take it to the hoop.
And how, Clark. Brilliant throwdown.
Just exerting his authority on that play.
Here's Holiday. A floater. Here's Valanciunas. Now the feed to Holiday. Leonard against George. Over in the corner, Green. Offline with his 3. Timberwolves trail by 6. Irving kicks it to West. Irving with it. Now guarded by Fareed. And George, here we go. Green with the block.
Not really his best quarter as far as scoring. Let's see if he can eventually get back on track. Those are chances. Almost always you can rely on him to get you 2 points, but the D, just enough to keep him out of rhythm.
Pistons leading by 6. Here's Leonard. Here's Valanciunas. And he takes that one up and powers it through.
And I like how he puts himself in position there to finish on the break.
Yeah, you know, that's what we call seeing and feeling the game. Excellent read of how that play was going to develop and where the ball was going. That's stuff that you oftentimes can't teach, Greg.
So the Timberwolves called their first timeout. And what you have to like out of Valanciunas last season, improved efficiency. The game really, Clark, seemed to slow down for him.
Yeah, he entered the league a little green. I mean, would make a lot of mistakes, but had excellent tools. So with enthusiasm and hard work, you knew it was just a matter of time with him.
Channing Frye's checked in for West. And a different look here for the Pistons. Roy Hibbert's checked in for Jonas Valanciunas. Tobias Harris comes in for Fareed. Allen's checked in for Daniel Green. And Jared Bayless subbed in for Drew Holiday. Now, here's George. Back to Irving. And the rejection by Leonard. Out of bounds, Timberwolves ball as Minnesota keeps possession. 4 on the shot clock. The pass to Allen. To the left side wing. Bayless dishes to Harris. Outside Leonard. Corner shot. No good on the shot. A bit long that time. Timberwolves trailed by 8. George with the ball. Nobody near Irving. That ball, nice speed that time from George.
Better to be lucky than good. Got that shot to fall.
Here is Bayless, covered by Irving. And the officials whistle a foul on the shot. The bucket's good. He'll go to the line.
For Bayless, it was his 16th in 7 years last season. A good utility combo guard to have. He can score. He can make plays for others. He's really defined his role in this league.
Talking about Jared Bayless, some thought he would be a star when he first entered the NBA, and he certainly had his moments, Greg, but inconsistency and turnovers have kept the lid on his progress.
Yeah, well, where I like Bayless is in spot plays. You need a lift, you need a smart offensively. You go see Jared.
Irving misses.
They've been beating them to a lot of those loose balls and rebounds here to start.
Yeah, the half and half balls are going their way, and that's really a function of effort and intensity. You know, the ball doesn't discriminate. Whoever goes and gets it, that's who owns it.
The shot by George, wide open. That's good. George has got his second basket of the night.
And the defense scattered all over the place on the break. Nice job finding the wide open three.
To the paint, off the pick. And Hibbert the bucket on the assist by Bayless. Hibbert's got his first points of the night.
That was the third straight high percentage look this defense has allowed. I mean, these defenders have got to start bumping bodies in the paint. Be more physical. Be more aggressive.
The game's just far too easy right now when it comes to attacking the basket. They have got to do better.
And now the first timeout called here for Detroit. And last season, an injury-filled one for Nikola Pekovic. Played only 31 games before he was sidelined. Clark with an Achilles injury.
Yeah, and you know, he wasn't even playing quite up to par before the injury, Kevin. After shooting well over 50% in each of his first 4 seasons, he dropped to under 43% last year.
And some changes here for the Timberwolves. Evans comes in for Nikola Pekovic. And Paul Pierce is subbed in for George. And a switch here also for Detroit. Roberson, he's checked in for Kawhi Leonard. Here is Bayless. Harris passes to Hibbert. The drive by Allen. And he goes in for the dunk.
Boy, he's just dangling from the rim after sending it through there.
You can see which team now has the swagger, Clark, right now.
Yeah, exactly. It's with them.
And, guys, that swagger can backfire because you don't want to get your opponent a little too riled up. And on the subject of Pekovic, last season was another difficult step back for him physically. At some point, one wonders if his whole career becomes in jeopardy. It just takes so much effort to keep coming back. And that's 10 straight points in the paint. The defense, nowhere to be found.
I think they've really got to start committing more bodies down low and really kind of close that area off defensively. And, guys, I, for one, can relate to what Pekovic is going through. I mean, it's not easy as a big man to get those injuries to your legs. I mean, you're carrying a lot of weight and force around. I mean, let's hope Nikola finds a little more luck going forward as far as the injury.
And they're getting their points now almost exclusively from the triple. 4 of their last 5 makes are from beyond the arc.
And, Greg, it's hard for me to watch this. I mean, the defense practically giving them those shots.
And that one gives them a +5 rebound advantage.
Pretty clear. They're dominating that area. They've come out with a lot more energy and effort so far.
And for Kyrie Irving, it had been a long time coming. Last season, he finally played in his first postseason with the Cavs. And up until the unfortunate injuries, he certainly made the most of it.
And think again about the playoffs last year, Clark. They weren't all sunshine and roses for Irving. He had to play through a tough leg injury in the conference semifinals, and, of course, the injury in the finals, the fractured kneecap, and he was gone.
Yeah, that was really painful to watch, seeing him go out for the rest of the playoffs with that fractured kneecap. A freak injury, but he'll grow from it and be better.
Allen kicks to Harris. Stolen by Pierce. And now Minnesota on the fast break. The Timberwolves again can't hit. And here we go with Allen running it up the court. Here's Roberson. Got a piece of it. Stolen by Pierce. Dishes it to Irving. Gets to the rim for 2 with the D all over him. Irving's got 6. And a breakdown here, guys. The hustle stats for the Timberwolves.
Well, I think the defensive aggressiveness on display here has caught them off guard, playing airtight defense and coming up with the steals.
Yeah, and one thing, Clark, I've noticed is how quick their hands have been tonight. Thanks to that, they've gotten a lot of points off of turnovers.
And the foul on Paul Pierce. That's his first foul. The Timberwolves making a switch here. Beverly's checked in. He took good advantage of that screen. Gianni's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. The shot by Pierce will not go.
And you know what? That's one of those heat checks if he's taking shots like that.
Yeah, heat check or not, I don't care how hot he may or may not be, he's not making that one.
And now it's Williams running. He can go all the way.
Quick hands on the steal and then just mad hops on the slam.
Great sequence for them defensively and Clark offensively.
Well, one usually leads to the other, Kevin. That's just good, aggressive, attacking basketball at both ends.
1 quarter in the books, and it's been a close one so far. Timberwolves lead by 1. And we'll get it going after this from the Target Center. Well, it's been a tight one so far as we get the second quarter going back here. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen so far from the Timberwolves?
And it's really about limiting their mistakes. And early on, they've been able to do that here in the first.
And, guys, I like what I've seen from them on the other end, forcing a few giveaways, and that's allowed them to widen that turnover margin.
On the court for the Pistons. Holiday out there with Green. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. Then there's Carlos Boozer. And it's Valanciunas in the 5 spot.
When you're talking about the greatest clutch players ever, that list needs to include Paul Pierce. I mean, he slowed down a bit, no doubt, but don't let that fool you. If you give him any kind of look at the end of the game, he'll cut your heart out.
And the Pistons making a change here. Fareed is checked in. Screen by Fareed. No good from Valanciunas. Minnesota's gotten fewer than half of their three-pointers to go down tonight. They're 4 for 9. They set the pick. Waiters dishes to Beverly. Loses his man off the screen and lays it up and in. And the Timberwolves lead by 4. The Pistons shooting at 46%, making some buckets. Holiday, the pass to Fareed. Oh, took the contact and tried to throw it down over the top. But instead, he'll shoot free throws. That's on Paul Pierce. The Pistons shooting their 4th and 5th shots at the foul line in the game.
And, you know, guys, a high-energy post player like Kenneth Fareed excels at doing the dirty work. As a matter of fact, he's nicknamed the Manimal for good reason. Very few players in the league possess this combination of energy and aggressiveness.
Minnesota making a switch here. Crawford's checked in. Holiday with it. And Crawford picks him up defensively. And it's Green missing.
And he has slipped into a funk, Clark. You can see the confidence is shaken.
Yeah, it really is. I mean, he's very much deflated. The basket looks a lot smaller to him at this point, and the only way you can get out of it is to work yourself out of it.
Talking about Fareed, a rebounder extraordinaire. His explosiveness, long arms, and huge hands help him compensate for his relative lack of size.
And he has that exceptional shot blocker instincts. I mean, the timing's there. He'll also steal the ball from you. The question now becomes, will he always be that role, effort, energy player, or will he develop eventually the offensive skills needed to see him reach the next level?
Well, I think he had all the space he needed. He just couldn't find the bottom of the net.
Crawford with the ball. Leonard picks him up. Beverly. And 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle and a lot of contact there.
Really, the right play defensively. If you can't block, force him to the line.
Yeah, exactly. Prevent the layup. Give him a little bump, and then maybe they'll think twice about coming into the lane next time. And if they don't think about it, at least they might be distracted by your presence.
And they're really getting more points at the free throw line here in the second quarter.
And Greg, definitely, that's one of the reasons they're in front right now.
And play stops as it looks like they call him over the back here.
And that's an aggressive play to try to get the rebound. Just a little too aggressive.
And unnecessary. That's over the top. That's doing too much, Greg. He wasn't in good position there, and he was never going to get the ball. He just wasted a foul.
The shot by Holiday, no good. Timberwolves leading by 8. There's the dish to Evans. Off target there. That would have pushed the lead to double digits. Green kicks to Valanciunas. The Pistons working the ball around now. Open shot. Holiday buries the 20-footer. Holiday's got his second basket. About 3 minutes played so far in the second quarter. Pass to Fry. From deep three-point range. And once again off the mark by Minnesota. Pistons trailed by 6. Clark, some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, they need a basket just to regain some momentum here, Kevin.
Here's Valanciunas. Got it for his 4th field goal of the game on just 5 shots.
Yeah, it's just a smart shot, taking advantage of the mismatch.
Well, with a stroke like that and the height advantage as well, the mid-range J is almost a gimmick.
Stolen by Fareed. Here's Leonard. Finishes the break with a slam.
Great anticipation and awareness to come up with the steal and trigger the fast break.
And now just a one-possession game thanks to that quick hitter. Outstanding play in the open court.
And he commits the intentional foul.
Yeah, not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
Yeah, yeah, completely a brain fade. I don't know where that came from. Just lost sense of time and the situation.
George is checked in for Minnesota. Roy Hibbert's checked in for Detroit. Bayless comes in for Drew Holiday. And the wide open shot from Green. And no good, trying to use the glass. Outside, George to the inside. Green with the block. And now running up the court, Leonard pushing it up. It's good. This game is all even. Leonard's got 4 points now in the quarter. And guys, let's get your take on the hustle stats for the Pistons.
You know, they've done a great job of getting a hand up on shooters. Actually have gotten a lot of blocks as well, solidifying that defensive effort.
And also, they've been really active on the defensive end in terms of applying pressure and coming away with steals.
And the foul called on Kawhi Leonard. That'll be his second foul of the game.
And the next one puts him in the bonus.
Yep, they'll be trying to draw that next foul quickly so they can start getting those easy chances at the strike.
Kyrie Irving's checked in for Patrick Beverly.
And that is a major league flush right there, my friends.
And in a tight contest like this, Greg, that might be just what they need to get the tide rolling in their direction.
You're exactly right. I mean, so often when a team gets that kind of explosive play out of its backcourt, that can really rally and galvanize the whole squad.
Here's George. Hits the layup after the sweet pump fake to freeze the D. And it's a 4-point Minnesota lead.
Boy, they keep hammering away at them inside, forcing that ball into the paint. Smash mouth basketball.
And Clark, it's a strategy that has served them well during the course of this first half.
On the wing, Irving. Guarded by Green.
No other way to put it. Just a poor shooting performance for him. But luckily, his teammates have picked up the slack.
It's just been a brutal outing for him. He still hasn't managed to make a shot, and the team is struggling because of it.
Obviously, a mix-up defensively on that possession. And guys, Dion Waiters is a man who has never met a shot he didn't like. Despite shooting less than 40% from the field last season, he just kept on shooting. Now, every once in a while, he'd get hot and it would look good. But when he's off, which was most of the time, it didn't look very good. He's got to improve shot selection and shot discipline.
Here's what Detroit's going with right now. Tobias Harris comes in for Leonard. And Allen subbed in for Daniel Green. They get the rebound. Back to Allen. He kicks to Harris. Another shot. Valanciunas dishes to Hibbert. Here's Bayless. Offline with his three. Hey, getting back to Waiters, there's a reason the Cavaliers dumped the former 4th overall pick in the draft. Not only did he shoot poorly, but Clark, he averaged less than 2 assists a game.
Yeah, I think it's a mindset adjustment with Waiters. I've loved his talent and his ability to make plays and shots. Now he just has to recalibrate his thinking so he can be effective in the role he's asked to play. He's going to play his way right onto the bench and out of the game if he continues to shoot it like he has so far in this quarter.
Fry passes to Irving. From the wing, Hibbert pulls it in.
And if the shot's not there, you've got to understand that. Move the basketball.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm not quite sure what his mindset or what he was thinking there. I mean, that was just a terrible shot.
And guys, when you go to look for holes in the game of Tobias Harris, there really aren't any. One of the hardest workers in our league. If he has any weakness at all, it's his average size speed combo, which most likely will keep him from becoming the perennial all-star type.
Here's what Minnesota's going with right now. Nikola Pekovic comes in for Reggie Evans. And it's West in for Channing Frye. Picked by West. Irving for 3. Rebounded by Valanciunas. Valanciunas has got rebound number 12 now. Tenacity on the glass. On the topic of Tobias Harris, you love that he can contribute in every category of play. He's a solid face-up shooter. Clark, he's getting better with his back to the basket. You can see movement forward all the time.
I love what this young man has shown thus far. You mentioned those things he does. He'll also rebound for you, get loose balls. He does the little things, understands what it takes to win. The consummate pro and team player.
Ball stolen. And here we go with Bayless. Nobody back. Out of bounds. Minnesota takes possession.
No clue where that pass was going. That is a brutal turnover.
Bradley's checked in for the Timberwolves. The shot by Irving. And once again off the mark by Minnesota.
Some of the shots he's taken have been real head scratchers. I mean, come on. He's out there playing like it's a game of horse at the park.
Here's Harris. And that one's good. His second basket of 4, shooting 50%. The Timberwolves trail. Irving kicks to George. Nice ball movement by Minnesota. Here's West. And a strong finish with 2 hands. Guys back and forth this first half.
Well, 5 lead changes early on, guys, as we grapple back and forth.
And this could continue to go back and forth the entire way.
Time called here. The Pistons decide to talk it over.
And for David West last season, the thought was he might increase his production with Paul George out, but the opposite happened. West suffered his lowest scoring output in a decade, only 12 points per game on 47% shooting. Rough showing for the former All-Star.
Paul Pierce is checked in for Minnesota. Patrick Beverley comes in for Kyrie Irving. And then for Detroit, Carlos Boozer's checked in for Hibbert. Roberson comes in for Jonas Valanciunas. And it's Pablo Prigioni in for Jared Bayless. Boozer is screen on Beverley. Prigioni for 3.
You know what, though? Sometimes you can be too open. I think it may have surprised him, and that's why he missed.
Bradley kicks to Beverley. Back to Bradley. And there's the 3-second violation. The Pistons trailing. Here's Prigioni. Feeds it to Allen. To the middle. Robertson dishes to Boozer. Nobody near Allen. Money from the wing. Allen's got 7 points. Guys, no one team gaining control early on.
Give and take, back and forth, the whole way thus far.
Yeah, you look at the lead changes, 6 already.
He hit a 3 in the first, but so far has been unable to capitalize here in this quarter.
Passes it to Bekovic. They get it back. The Timberwolves shooting their 7th and 8th attempts at the foul line tonight.
At the line for your Timberwolves, David West.
And he makes the first. And David West drops them both.
Boy, I tell you what, he does not look like your typical big man up there at the line. He has an excellent stroke and a percentage to match.
Prigioni, the pass to Boozer. To the wing right side. Clock at 6. Here's Roberson. Tried to bank it in, but he misses. Minnesota's gotten into trouble with the 3 ball in the second quarter, only hitting 1 of 5 attempts. It's tipped. And here we go with Allen running it up the court. Robertson can't hit.
Oh, you've got to be able to deliver when you get a bunny like that. That's just too easy of a shot to miss.
West kicks to Pierce. Pick by West. The kick out to Pierce. Connects from three-point range. Pierce has got 7 points in the game.
Not too much respect shown to him by the defenders.
Clark, they've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a little bit of cottonmouth here. Dry spell for sure.
And Bradley gets it to go on the assist by Beverly. Bradley's got his first bucket in this one. Pass to Prigioni. He dishes it to Robertson. He feeds it to Boozer. They need this. And he was camped in the lane there, and he gets the 3-second call. Minnesota leading by 6. And the Timberwolves call time.
You know what? I think he thinks he can make a few improvements to how things are going on right now.
Yeah, and you know, coaches always are looking for ways to tweak things and change it up a little bit, no matter what the situation is. That's what coaches do.
Now here's Irving. He's got 10. There's the pick. To the paint. 1 second left. And the first half is now in the books. Minnesota on top, leading by 6. And don't go away. After the break, we'll see you right back here for the start of the third quarter.
Okay, fans.
Here we go now, the start of the third quarter, welcoming you back in a closely contested first half so far. You look at Paul George in this game, guys, he's been everywhere.
You just love it when the decision-making is as good as it was there in that first half. Didn't force anything.
Guys, I think here in the second half, though, they may want him to be a little more assertive. Start hunting more for his shot, even the tough one.
The third quarter now beginning. Both sides looking to pull away in the last half of the game.
George having a fantastic game. 12 points, and he has been the definition of a thief with all those skills.
And Clark, defensively, he has played this game just so intelligently. I mean, he hasn't let them get away with any loose passes or sloppy ball handling.
They've got Paul George. Pekovic is out there with Channing Frye. And it's Kyrie Irving. And it's Waiters in the two-guard spot. And that's the group starting the second half for Sam Mitchell. Just 3 to shoot. On its way from Irving for 2. From out on the wing, he knocks it down. Pistons trail by 6. Kicks it to Fareed. It's good. The assist that time from Holiday. Holiday's got 4 assists in the game.
And I love the fact that he didn't have to slow down or adjust there. The pass was just timed perfectly.
Pekovic with the screen for George. The feed to Pekovic. It's stolen by Valanciunas. There's Green, plenty of space. Again, the Pistons good for 2.
That makes 3 in a row to start the second half.
Irving kicks to George. George double teamed. Pekovic with the screen on Green. Waiters. And another 3 for Minnesota.
A lot of space right there to get that shot off.
Not a very good job of the defender getting over the top of that screen in that particular play.
And Holiday kicks to Leonard. Unloads from 13. And he gets it back. Second shot opportunity. The rebound by Paul George. George has got his 4th rebound in this one. Irving kicks to George. A little under 2.5 minutes gone by here in the 3rd. And that one's good.
Great assist that time by Kyrie Irving.
Pistons trailed by 8.
You know, if you're looking to build a small forward and there wasn't a LeBron James template, you might go with PG, Paul George. Height, length, athleticism, that combination off the charts with him. And he's got a nice, unflappable demeanor, too.
Pekovic with a screen on Howard. Pekovic with a screen. Irving dishes to George. Not enough on that one as it misses. Yeah, talking about Paul George, a big part of his dominance, his attitude. He doesn't yell or pump his fist. He's really the quiet assassin.
Yeah, once he maxes out in the weight, which he will, now that he's in his mid-20s, I think he's going to be an Adonis. I mean, exactly the kind of physique you're looking for in a prototype at the small forward.
Holiday, the pass to Fareed. Green kicks to Fareed. Pistons passing it around. Now the pass to Green. Paul George with the steal. And now Minnesota on the fast break.
Oh, wow.
That's a beautiful chance. Wow, and that sort of showmanship is just deflating right now to a team trying Clark to get back into this game like this.
Yeah, definitely a jam with emphasis. A big apostrophe or exclamation point. How about maybe even a question mark, partner?
Yeah, I would have to say there are a lot of questions right now from a defensive standpoint. That's for sure.
Now a timeout called by Detroit. In addition to going over the game plan and making whatever necessary adjustments have to be made, Greg, this timeout also the time for players to get rehydrated or hydrate for the first time with some Gatorade. Plenty of basketball still to be played here, and they have to get recharged.
That's a great point. Without proper hydration, a player can completely run out of gas down the stretch of a game, and that's something that none of these guys can afford to have happen. If you're going to battle all the way to the finish, you have got to be hydrated.
Just 5 on the clock. Holiday with the 3. That's good, and it's Leonard with the assist. Leonard's got 3 assists tonight.
You might not think of him as a laser three-point shooter, but that shot was there for him, and he had to take it.
Irving kicks it to West. And he gets the bucket. West has got 10 points.
And every once in a while, he'll show up and give you some great moves around the hoop.
Screened by Valanciunas. Here's Harris. And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot 2. And for Tobias Harris, a resurgence of sorts last season, Clark, especially from behind the arc, where he shot a career high 36%.
You know, he'd only hit 25% from 3 the year before, Kevin. So, yeah, a monster improvement in accuracy from long range.
And the Timberwolves making a change here. Bradley's checked in. Detroit also making some changes. Tony Allen's checked in for Green. And Jared Bayless subbed in for Drew Holiday. Leonard with the steal. Bayless dishes to Leonard. No stopping him there. Jams it in as he's fouled. Chance now for a three-point play. It's going to be on David West.
And that's how you make a steal count. Turn it into a quick slam at the other end.
It was really a case, it looked like Greg Anthony right there, if I can say so. It was really a case of a great defensive play triggering some instant offense.
Yeah, I remember GA as an irritant. And this guy, much like Greg, creating havoc out there.
And getting back to Harris, there's just so much to like about his game. He lives in the gym, has a tremendous feel for the game, and he knows how to maximize his production within those athletic limitations.
Timberwolves leading by 9. George with the ball. And Allen picks him up defensively. And George, here we go. And so he earns a trip to the line. Official saw the contact, and he'll shoot 2.
You know, the thing about Harris is he's a combo forward, extremely versatile. At 6'8", he struggles with size against the better power forward, and he lacks the athleticism of the better small forward. So to get the most out of him, you have to put him in the right matchups.
Both free throws good from Pekovic.
And guys, for Nikola Pekovic, NBA scouts said he needed work on his shot coming in, yet he's money from mid-range at times, especially at the charity stripe. One of the best free throw shooting bigs we have in our league.
In the corner, Bradley with it. Wide open look. Good, and the assist goes to Irving. Bradley's got his second basket of the game. And guys, let's get your take on the hustle stats for the Timberwolves.
Defensively, they played with a lot of energy, and the steals we've seen are a result of that aggressiveness.
Another factor here tonight has been the amount of points they've scored off turnovers.
4 on the clock. Allen passes to Leonard. Again, the miss by the Pistons. And back to Pekovic at the free throw line. Clark, he has consistently been around 75% for his career.
And Kevin, last season he got that number up to 84%. And he also gives you really good effort in the paint on both ends of the floor.
Leonard kicks to Bayless. And stolen by Pekovic. Dishes it to Bradley. Timberwolves keep it alive. Outside, George. Off the pick.
Oh! And this sort of awesome dunk is one of the reasons this team is in charge of this game right now.
Clark, there is a swagger out here on the court that they possess and are not afraid to show it either.
That's right.
I tell you what, I used to love to go up and jam like that.
Bayless dishes to Leonard. Here's Harris. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there.
Wow, he got whacked on that one. Shouldn't be much debate there.
Blatant contact. Straightforward call. Simple. You look at what Harris has done so far. He's got 8 points, and he's managed to get 4 of his points by way of the free throw line.
And Clark, that might not make the highlight reel, but those are important points nonetheless.
Evans, he's checked in for the Timberwolves. Irving for 3. Here's George. Soft touch off the glass. George has got 10 points in the quarter.
And at the offensive end, he's done about as much as they could have hoped for today.
Prigioni kicks to Allen. Harris, right side. Now the dish to Prigioni. Shot clock at 6. 18 feet away, and he knocks it down. Prigioni's got 5 points so far. The 3 from George. Shot is off. Excellent D there from Allen. Pistons trailed by 13. And it's sent back by George. Patrick Beverly, he's checked in for Irving.
Patrick Beverly.
On defense, Minnesota. Right side, Boozer. Double team on Boozer. Allen passes to Roberson. Another 3 for Detroit.
As long as they keep spraying them from deep, we're going to have ourselves one exciting finish.
Yeah, it took them a while, but now they're starting to get into a flow from outside. And boy, is that time.
Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here.
And we all know about Paul George and his injury while with Team USA. I mean, he has still said that he would consider playing international ball.
For George to be eager to go back and represent the U.S. in international play is a brave move.
Yeah, I think, Kevin, a lot of it might be that he just wants to put that in the past and move on. And sometimes you do that best by confronting things head on. The only way to have that be the past is to keep playing for his country.
Here's Prigioni. A rebound by the Timberwolves. Bradley's got 3 rebounds now in this one. And Allen with the block. Boozer dishes to Prigioni. Over in the corner, Allen. And there's another one for the Pistons.
You know, there's no better sign of how efficiently a team is operating than their assist numbers. And theirs are fantastic.
Just beautiful when they play the game like this.
And it's Kenneth Faried with the foul. That'll be his second foul of the game. And the Timberwolves making a change here. Pierce is checked in. And that one's good. Beverly.
That's the kind of D that you're not going to find success with, guys. They've got to get a hand in the face.
Pass to Boozer. 17-foot shot on the way. Timberwolves leading by 13. Pierce kicks to Beverly. Kicks it out to Bradley. And another 3 for Minnesota.
They didn't get a chance to knock one down in the first, but the defense left him a look, and he nailed it. He'll make them pay when he's open.
Screen by Boozer. Roberson the pass to Faried. Allen drives in. Rejected by Pierce. Here's Roberson. And Carlos Boozer gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul.
Yeah, he was boxed out and tried to get the rebound the only way he could.
Yeah, he got straight over the back and on top of him there, too. So nothing subtle about that one.
A different look here for Detroit. Jonas Valanciunas comes in for Boozer. And it's Drew Holiday in for Allen. Well, Paul Pierce hinted that he could hang him up soon. He had that amazing run. Has nothing left to prove in the NBA. And I would say, of all the players in last year's playoffs, had some of the most dramatic individual shots we have seen from one guy in a long time.
He did, and you forget, he's done that really over the course of his entire career.
Sure.
Just kind of funny to see him doing it in a Wizards jersey, but you talked about it. He's going to go down as one of the all-time greats, no doubt about it. So many big moments over the course of his career. And also, for all the kids out there, the best maybe footwork we have in our game, if you want to improve as a player, watch Paul Pierce's footwork.
There's 39 seconds left in the third quarter. And Roberson kicks to Faried. It's stolen by West.
The Achilles heel of this team right now, turnovers.
6 points given away on miscues. They can't afford many more if they're going to cut into this lead.
Prigioni for 3.
Tough play underneath to give them another shot. It's been a real difficult game for him offensively, and it's cost them.
Now Pierce. He gets it up. No good on that last second attempt there. And as we end the third quarter. And we welcome you back as we get going here in the fourth quarter. The final quarter of play can change everything. Pistons trailed by 17. And on the floor for Detroit here in the fourth. Green is out there with Holiday. Then there's Kenneth Faried. Then there's Jonas Valanciunas. And it's Leonard in the three slot.
He's still looking for his first three-pointer of the second half after making just one in the first.
And, well, Detroit shooting 39% from the floor. Oh!
You know, sort of surprising he goes for a slam that difficult while they're trailing.
Yeah, but still, you know what? A magnificent move to the rim.
I tell you what,
Agreed.
guys, I don't care what the score is. That's the play we're going to remember when this game is over. You know, the defense has got to do a much better job of fighting over those screens.
And, Greg, especially when the ball is in his hands. I mean, come on now. You know he doesn't miss too many open looks like that.
Screen by Faried. Green dishes to Holiday. And he banks in the layup.
You know, I think anytime the shot comes from that range, the offense has done its job and done it well.
And here's Beverly. And West now, top of the key. Down to 5 on the shot clock. No good there off the double clutch. Pistons trailed by 15. And an intentional foul right there. Whole new look on the floor for Minnesota. Final quarter here, and we're just over a minute and a half through it. Again, the Pistons good for 2.
And you know, he's enjoyed the kind of day you expect in terms of shooting the basketball. He can bring them right back into this game.
But he stays with it. Irving from long range. Again, Irving missing.
And, you know, he's a threat from deep, no doubt about it, but it just has not been there for him tonight. You might want to change your game plan a little bit offensively.
Faried, a screen on George. Leonard against George. Leonard, the pass to Valanciunas. 6 on the shot clock. Rebounded by the Timberwolves. Pekovic has got rebound number 9 now. What an effort here tonight. Out of bounds. Detroit takes possession.
I tell you what, he clearly had a brain freeze on that one. You might just as well keep going straight to the bench.
Irving against Holiday. Screen by Faried. Leonard attacking. He kicks to Green. Beyond the arc. That's good, and it's Leonard with the assist. Leonard's got 4 assists in the game. And on the way from Irving for 3. Detroit with the rebound. Ways to get back into it, but they've got some time.
He is to avoid mistakes and make each possession count.
And Clark, I agree. The tendency can be to really rush or push the game. And they need to avoid that.
A 3 ball. Another miss by Minnesota.
Tell you what, the defense has nothing to worry about out there with him shooting. I mean, you can't dial it in from deep this half at all.
Outside Holiday. Can't get it to go. Good D by Irving. Timberwolves leading by 10. Trying to get back on track. And count it. 2 points with a chance for one more at the free throw line.
And just a little bit ragged defensively there, Clark.
Kyrie Irving may be the best ball handler in the league. There are a lot of guys with a good handle. He is definitely in the top 5. If not, he's got to be in the conversation.
And arguably the most talented player at his position. I mean, he can get wherever he wants to on the court. He's athletic, an unbelievable finisher as well. I think that's something that oftentimes gets underrated. Maybe the best finisher in the game.
Agreed.
Now that's finishing your work right there.
Powerful two-hand jam. You're right.
And I tell you what, if he's got a few more of those in him, this lead will start shrinking even further.
Here's what Detroit's going with right now. Boozer, he's checked in. Faried. Tobias Harris comes in for Leonard. And Jared Bayless subbed in for Drew Holiday. Hit his foot. And they're saying he kicked the ball.
And you know, Kyrie Irving, really ambidextrous as a ball handler because you can't play him to one side, and he's ambidextrous as a finisher, too. He's so creative and crafty. Terrific at the rim with both hands.
And nobody, guys, among the defenders stepping up to challenge him on that drive to the 10.
And, Greg, he says, thank you very much, and sails in for the flush.
And those are the kind of sequences that tell you why the score is what it is.
And one thing about Irving's ball handling, he does a great job of protecting the ball. A very low rate of turnovers for a player as aggressive as he is on the bounce.
One of the big stories is second chance point. They've just been terrific here in the second half in that area.
They kick it out to Green. Here's Harris. That's tipped. They recover it. Nice ball movement by Detroit. Screened by Boozer. Harris missing again. And here we go with Waiters. Running it up the court. Irving with it. Now Green defending. Irving drives in. Feeds it to George. Outside Irving. From deep. Again, Irving missing.
Kevin, he's missing shot after shot after shot from long range. With time running low, he'd be better off trying something else.
Boozer gets the bucket.
He got a great read of where that miss was going, and that allowed him to be the first guy to it and get the putback.
Irving from long range. Again, Irving missing. Pistons trailed by 13. Clark, they've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a little bit of cottonmouth here. Dry spell for sure.
Fires the three. And they will fall over the back on the play.
And that's an aggressive play to try to get the rebound. Just a little too aggressive.
And unnecessary. That's over the top. That's doing too much, Greg. He wasn't in good position there, and he was never going to get the ball. He just wasted a foul.
Here's Pekovic. Nice D from Valanciunas. Detroit's gotten some tough luck from three-point range. In the fourth quarter, they've hit just 1 of 6 from deep. On the wing, Irving. And fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot 2. It's on Jonas Valanciunas. And though he's been working on his offensive skills, defense and rebounding are Valanciunas' bread and butter. That was the case with him when he was playing in Lithuania, Clark, and it's the case now.
It still sure is the case. I mean, it's hard to find a guy with his combination of size, athleticism, and fluidity. Just a tad over-aggressive at times, but I'd rather have to turn a guy down than to turn him up.
Pierce is checked in for George. And a different look here for the Pistons. Roy Hibbert's checked in for Jonas Valanciunas. Kenneth Faried comes in for Boozer. Kawhi Leonard is checked in for Tobias Harris. And it's Drew Holiday in for Jared Bayless. So Stan Van Gundy is going to talk to his team here. Timeout.
And watching Valanciunas rebound, it's clear he has all the tools. Great anticipation, really looks to box out. Strong vertical, might just need to add some strength to become a perennial 10-rebound-a-game guy.
All right, let's go over to the sideline with Doris Burke.
In the break, guys, I listened in on Stan Van Gundy's huddle. He told his players, turnovers are killing us right now. We can't keep trying to make the home run play. Settle down, run the offense, and make the simple pass. Kevin, sounds easy enough.
And for Valanciunas, he's been working on his defensive consistency. Last year, he actually increased his blocks per game while lowering his fouls per game. That's a big step forward in his development.
Kawhi Leonard with another great season last year, earned his first Defensive Player of the Year award with his outstanding play.
And for Leonard, he became the first perimeter player to win one since 2004. That just shows you how incredible his defense was at times.
And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot.
It's been a nice game for Holiday. He has 9 points, and there's a nice number in his assist column as well.
It really has been, Clark. He's created a lot of open looks for his teammates. Very unselfish play from him today.
And the Timberwolves making a change here. Beverly's checked in.
And, you know, for Leonard, you can add that Defensive Player of the Year award to his hardware list, and that puts him in elite company, one of only 3 players to win Defensive Player of the Year and Finals MVP. The other 2, Jordan and Olajuwon.
And it's Pierce in the corner. No one near him. And the jumper is on the mark.
You know, it's really hard not to notice the difference in the passing of these 2 teams today.
It's a stark discrepancy when you look at the assist columns and you see that difference as far as the fluidity in their respective offenses.
Offensive rebound. Outside Leonard. Stolen by Pierce. To the middle. Looking for Beverly. He gets it there. Pierce against Leonard. Pierce kicks to Fry. It's rebounded by Leonard. Leonard's got 6 rebounds here tonight.
Don't let Drew shoot it. Get him. And for Leonard, winning the Defensive Player of the Year didn't change him at all. I mean, he received a car for winning that award and gave it to Pierce. He went out of his way to thank his teammates during his acceptance speech. I mean, I think it speaks of his character and really the impact that Popovich has had on him and that entire Spurs team.
Green, the screen. Here's Hibbert. An easy layup after coming off the pick.
Yeah, heads-up aggressive play right there. Saw the smaller man on him and took it straight to the basket.
Snatched up. Back to Beverly. Bradley dishes to Fry. Passes it to Bradley. It's Pierce on the wing. A second chance effort. 6 to shoot. Fry passes to Evans. For 3, Pierce. Again, Pierce missing.
Well, in the rebounding game, at least, it's been a strong physical performance for them.
Yeah, but they've got to find a way to convert those extra possessions into points if they're going to come back in this one.
Again, Pierce missing.
And you know what? That's one of those heat checks if he's taking shots like that.
Yeah, heat check or not, I don't care how hot he may or may not be. He's not making that one.
No good on the free throw. Big group substitution now for Minnesota. Nikola Pekovic is checked in for Evans. West comes in for Channing Frye. Paul George is checked in for Pierce. And Kyrie Irving subbed in for Patrick Beverly. And then for Detroit, Jonas Valanciunas comes in for Roy Hibbert. And for Reeds subbed in for Carlos Boozer.
Not a quarter to remember as far as his offense is concerned.
Yeah, you know, he's not making any kind of impact for them at that end of the court right now.
And Holiday kicks to Valanciunas. And here's Leonard from 3. But they get it back.
Multiple possessions have been the story of the game, and even with the big lead, this team continues to be quicker to the ball.
Outside, George. Good, and the assist goes to Irving. Irving's got assist number 10 tonight with that last one.
I love the killer instinct he shows right there, exploding to the rim to add to the lead.
Well, that's inexcusable to throw a pass that far off the mark.
We've got 1:55 left in the 4th quarter. Pass to West. And George kicks it to West. Tries from 7. The kick out to Irving. Parked down low that time, and he got the 3-second goal. For the Detroit Pistons, they come in off the loss to Chicago. Down low. Stolen by George. And it's Bradley off the drive. George with the ball. Leonard picks him up. Back to Irving. Shot clock at 6. Looking to end his cold spell. He takes it up and lays it in. Irving's got 9 points here in the second half.
And these are the types of games where one team clearly has the edge. Tonight, it will be a win by a large margin for the Timberwolves.
The coaching staff must be happy that they controlled their turnovers so well in this game.
Yeah, I like the discipline, the self-control, and the patience, Kevin.
And it'll go down as their first official win of the new year.
And so they'll take the first game of the season series, a team they'll only see twice. They're certainly happy to start it off with a win.
And that next meeting, Greg, will be their second and final game of the season series, being in opposite conferences. So you bet nobody wants to get swept even in the 2-game season series. I think the next game would be hotly contested.
And one of the league's truly special talents making his mark. Once again, another great performance for Paul George. You have to focus on the steals he came up with. They were huge factors in the end result.
And the Pistons, an entirely new group now out there. Prigioni can't hit.
He's clearly been the best rebounder on the floor today.
And the numbers back it up, Greg. I mean, he brought his hard hat and mean mentality to the glass with him today.
That one will seal the deal there. They've exploded here at the end.
Boy, I love the serious killer instinct they've shown, finishing strong.
Now a timeout called by Detroit. They're losing by 12. 19 seconds left in the fourth. Guys, what's your take?
Yeah, they can call all the timeouts they want, but really, I don't think it matters at this point.
Yeah, I'm ready to go home just like the players are. There's nothing they can do to salvage this one right now. Let's go. Get out of here. Game done.
He summed it up.
I was going to say, yeah, I don't think we need to comment after that.
Adios. Inside, Crawford with the steal. For 3, Pierce. Tipped away. And that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Pierce. There's Prigioni. And so it's the Timberwolves taking care of business here. Some good competition, but the hometown advantage and their ability to stay focused, I think, Clark, made the difference.
Well,